So today we're going to talk about a really fundamental shift in how AI is starting to understand documents. And it's this idea of moving away from just reading the text to actually seeing the whole page. Trust me, the difference is an absolute game changer.
Let's start with something we've all felt. You've been there, right? You try to copy a simple table from a PDF, you paste it somewhere else, and it's just a complete mess. It's one of those little frustrations that feels like it should have been solved years ago.
But here's the thing. What's a minor headache for us is actually a massive roadblock for an AI. When an artificial intelligence tries to read a PDF the old-fashioned way, it hits that exact same messy translation problem, but, on a scale that's a million times worse.
And this slide right here gets to the heart of it. On the left, that's what we see, a nice, clean, organized page. But on the right, well, that's what most AIs have been stuck with for years. After a process called Optical Character Recognition, or OCR, it just sees a flat wall of text. All that beautiful structure, the tables, the charts, the captions, it's all gone. The context is just completely lost.
Okay, but what if the AI didn't have to deal with that jumbled mess of text at all? What if it could just skip that step and look at the page exactly like you and I do? Well, that's where this incredible new wave of technology is taking us. They're called vision language models. VLMs for short. The idea is actually pretty simple, but it's incredibly powerful. A VLM is an AI that can process information from pictures and words, all at the same time. It can read the text, sure, but it can also see the layout it's in. And that new ability leads to this really revolutionary question, right? It's the one that's shaking things up. If the AI can look directly at the page image to figure things out, why are we still bothering with that clunky, old-school step of turning it into plain text first? And the answer that's emerging is, maybe we don't need it at all. This has sparked a whole new method called Vision-Based Retrieval Augmented Generation, or Vision-Based RAG. It's an approach that fully leans into the AI's newfound ability to see. Now, let's look at the difference side by side, because this makes it really clear. The traditional way meant chopping up all that messy OCR text. They call that text chunking, and then using vector search to kind of find matching keywords. But this new vision-based way, it's so much smarter. It creates a structural map of the document, a tree index, and then uses reasoning to find the right section before feeding the original page image, the picture itself, straight to the AI.
So how does this actually work in the real world? Let's walk through the PageIndex system, which is a fantastic example of this whole vision-based idea in action.
It's this really elegant three-step dance. First, it maps the whole document, creating this super smart table of contents. Second, it uses an AI to literally reason its way through that map to figure out the most relevant pages for your question. It's not just matching words anymore. And then, and this is the magic part, it takes the actual pictures of those pages and shows them to the vision language model to get you the final answer. No messy text in between.
Okay, I know, this is all really cool tech, but let's get down to it. Why does this actually change the game? What is the real-world impact of an AI that can finally see documents?
Well, the benefits are pretty huge. You get what people are calling human-like retrieval, where the AI finds information by understanding the document's layout, just like we do. That means, and this is big for developers, you can say goodbye to setting up complex vector databases and that whole painful process of text chunking. It's an absolute lifesaver for documents with lots of charts and tables because it keeps that original layout perfectly intact.
So if you're going to remember one thing from all this, let it be this analogy. The old way was like having to painstakingly transcribe an entire book, word for word, just so you could search through the text. This new way is simply like knowing which chapter to flip to and just reading the right page directly. It's that much more efficient.
And that's really where this whole thing is headed. It leaves us with a final and pretty exciting question to think about. What new things become possible when our AI tools can finally stop trying to decipher garbled text and start reading documents with the same visual understanding that we have? The possibilities there are just extraordinary.